Hello Internet. This will be the second piece of Combiner Wars Devastator Mixmaster. He forms the left leg of the combined form and is, as you can see and guess by the name, a cement mixer. His vehicle mode here is I believe it's called a front discharge cement mixer, where uh, the drums right here, and then the detail you can see like the scoops right here, so you would have the cement going from here, as opposed to every other cement mixer I've ever seen in my life where the drum's facing backward and they pour the cement out that way. So, because I know at first I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is the front. No, this is the front, and these are real things. So, there you go. Like Scrapper, he is in a, yellowish greenish plastic, much like original Devastator. He also has a lot of sculpting details that are kind of lost just because it's unpainted plastic. He fares a little better because this giant purple drum helps break up the yellow, and there is some paint here, like silver here, and the purple windows. Though, like all of this should be a windshield, but yeah. He's got the silver smokestack and the silver drums here. And on the back, he's got purple vents. So, like I said, he fares a bit better than Scrapper. Unfortunately, the drum doesn't rotate or anything, and mine has kind of a noticeable, mark from production, but not a huge deal. He doesn't have any function aside from rolling. Also, I will note, you can probably hear it, but he's got kind of a grinding noise when he rolls. That is, in fact, just these tires. I think it's just these, but they're not like bumping up against anything. So, but yeah, overall looks pretty nice. He's a functional cement mixer. So yeah. Anyway, we shall just get right to it and transform him. Okay, so transforming Mixmaster here is pretty simple. You just pop this up, so it's like that. You'll need that later, and then also kind of pop this part off so that everything's loosened. We turn them this way. You can kind of see where this is going. You unpop these. Those are his arms. And adjust things a bit. These just pop up like this. So they're on a hinge. First time I did this was actually pretty frightening because these were pretty tight, but since then they've popped out much easier. So I am still keeping an eye out for stress marks on the plastic just in case. Then for the feet, you unfold this and pop these out. So now we have a headless robot. Then for the head, you just come under here. This part flips around. And yeah, Mixmaster completed. Like I said, very, very simple transformation. Like, took me like a minute. Then when you're transferring back, just be aware that there are, like, once you have them folded up, these need to go into these when on the cement mixer mode. So, but yeah, simple, easy peasy. So completed Mixmaster. I think he looks pretty good. I always liked the two things over his head. Not quite as much paint on the chest as Scrapper had, though he still got, some silver here, some gold here, and the red and black, and actually is a lighter tone of, oh no, it's just a light, never mind. Well, I thought there was a lighter tone of purple here, but it was just the light playing tricks on my eyes. Yeah, there's the red here, and pretty nice face sculpt, if I might say. Looks suitably mean. And then, of course, the two laser things over his head, which is always a classic. And then on the side, the tanks are still on his arms. He does, unfortunately, have kind of a bulbous cement mixer drum on his rear end, but not much to be done about that. In this mode, the legs are a little too, green. Only a little bit of purple to break up the green, but it's not a huge not a huge deal. Posability, he surprisingly actually does have head articulations on a ball joint in here, so you can turn it side to side a bit, and he can actually kind of look back, but not a ton. It's hard, and it's actually incredibly hard to show on camera. But yeah, that. But yeah, you can actually have him look left and right, which is really impressive to me, just because of this overhang. Shoulder, go around this way, and you can have it go out and in, and you can actually do a bit more if you want to, like, push it in. But he does have an elbow, sorry, even if it is, like, this is his upper arm, this is his elbow. Pretty ridiculous, but he can go pretty far there. Nothing in the wrist, though. The wrist is just a static piece. Also, no waist. Hips, he does have, can go, like, kick forward, kick back a little. The cement mixer drum gets in the way. And then go out. And I will note my hip joints on this guy are a bit loose. He has a knee joint, goes that far, is blocked by this, and there actually is, like, scrapper ankle movement. So that's actually quite handy. So yeah, overall, not too bad posability. I think he's my favorite individual piece of Devastator. I always liked Mixmaster. Again, I like this bit here. I think it makes him look really unique. So, accessory-wise, I'm gonna show off another piece. This is actually the center chest piece of Devastator, and there's nowhere for this to go on his vehicle mode, nor is there any place for any accessory to go on his vehicle mode, as far as I can tell. But he can hold this. Any of them could hold this if they wanted, but hold it like a gun. Kind of a ridiculous gun, but it's something. I do know the Japanese mold of this was giving them individual guns in addition to the increased elbow articulation on two of the members. But yeah, overall he's pretty simple. Like I said, I think he's probably my favorite. Just again, I like the unique head. He's got all the posability that I, like the base posability I'd want for a Voyager, even if I think the elbows are a little odd. On the other hand, I'm not sure how you could get away with a higher up elbow joint with the wheels here, so yeah, overall not bad. So let me do the height comparisons. So he is actually, I think, probably the tallest just due to the head overhang, but he's a good, like, 7.5 inches or so, just a little under with this, with the again, overhang. I don't know if there's a proper term for this, but then other comparisons. Here he is next to Off-Road. I'm using Off-Road because I currently have Menasor combined with the original team, so he's just kind of left to hang around. And again, just because he's present, and they might be friends in some weird alternate reality. Here he is next to Masterpiece Prowl. But yeah, Mixmaster's, like I said, I think he's my favorite of individually. As I go through these, my opinion might change a little, but we'll see. Next, I will be doing Long Haul, who's the dump truck, and I kept calling him Heavy Load for the longest time, but Heavy Load was the dump truck in Car Robots, or Robots in Disguise, the 2001 version. So yeah, we'll do him next, just because he's the lower body. So, like I said, I started with the legs, I'm building up. So, until next time, keep on constructing things.